On 24th of February, His Excellency the President was in the north, particularly in Acholi sub-region, and at a meeting he held at Kaunda Stadium in Gulu City, he received a number of complaints from the Wananchi regarding mismanagement of the PDM program. His Excellency the President invited some of the complainants to State House Entebbe to give him more details about the situation which was seen to be threatening and derailing the program that we all cherish and look at. So he directed me to attend that meeting, take note of all the complaints, carry out an investigation, and take the necessary action. Among the issues that were raised included extortion from Wananchi by some PDM officials. There was also a complaint of lack of sensitization and mobilization of Wananchi on matters of PDM, that most of our people are ignorant about this very important program. The other issue was that PDM is not benefiting the people, worse still, even those who had registered long ago, and that it was sidelining those who are targeted to benefit. It was very apparent that the Wananchi were ignorant, even on basic information regarding PDM, comparing with the kind of questions they were asking, including criteria of accessing PDM funds and other basic questions. We also found that election of leaders, registration, training, meeting, and other fundamental activities which should have been done were not well conducted, because most people were informed at short notice of less than 3 days, while many others were not even aware at all. An example was in Gulu City, in Bridg Laibi Division, Patuda Ward, and in Loro, where meetings for enterprise groups were never held. It was only a few people who knew about the training on the enterprises. The PDM Secretariat also required that SACCOs be formed within a month, gave a communication in May, and by end of June, SACCOs were supposed to be formed, and this made the whole process very difficult. As a result, district commercial officers and production officers gave town agents and LOCs only 3 days to mobilize people and form SACCOs. Forming SACCOs is an elaborate process involving holding of meetings and choosing leaders, agreeing on enterprise projects, verifying who qualified, opening bank accounts, registering enterprise institutions. All of this could not be done effectively within the short time that they were given. What should have been done by households was instead done by town agents and a few other individuals who decided on enterprise projects on behalf of others without any consultations. Enterprise executives, in some cases, were handpicked. Individual implementers of the program also exploited the crisis to further mismanage the process. We also established delays in data collection. The PDM Secretariat is yet to collect data on which to effectively and efficiently disperse the funds. Apart from lack of ICT skills, the gadgets, including computers, have not been availed to implementers. Complexity and multiplicity of forms had already been mentioned in one of your meetings. For example, the loan application forms are too long, written in English and containing questions that are not easy to be answered by the majority of the targeted vulnerable people. The Wananchi complained about paying money to a few educated people to assist them in filing the forms. There are complaints of multiple PDM guidelines. Complaints of fraudulent accounting by the officials who are conducting the program. There was also evidence of existence of ghost staff in PDM who were identified, and outright extortion from the Wananchi. In light of these findings, we observed that generally the complaints were valid, and whereas these complaints were raised by the people of Acholi, as I said, they generally reflect the general PDM operations in the country and therefore merit an urgent intervention. So far, the following actions have been taken to deal with the dishonest and corrupt public servants who have been involved in acts of corruption, including extortion from the Wananchi. 16 local government officials have been arrested, out of whom 6 have been arraigned in courts, charged with different offenses, including diversion of public resources, making false accounting claims, and causing financial loss. We have caused a special audit into the PDM funds, which were received by Gulu City, and among others, gross falsification in accountability by most town clerk agents. We established that about 90% of the accountabilities which were submitted by town clerks were forged. Among the culpable persons include the commercial officer who was remanded and is in court. There are also others from Greater Gulu, whose files are being handled by the DPP, maybe like 3 or 4, and soon they will also be arraigned in court. We also followed up some uncompleted cases regarding 5 officials from Kitugum who had diverted over 500 million and had failed to refund all the money. We apprehended them, and they are also now on remand.